Good morning. Quick pizza breakfast and we're getting back on trail. Day 19. Back on trail. Kinda feels like I just started over after 2 zeros, but I know I'll get back into the swing of things.
Full pack, heavy food bag, new knee brace, the trail was testing me, especially considering the inevitable.
What goes down must go up. So now is the 5,000 foot climb that is gonna kill my knees.
But even as the humidity rose and the climbs lengthened, there was an excitement and sense of promise in the forest. Everything was lush and new.
Do I like you, or do I like the attention? Do I like that you see me when no one else does?
It's like 80 degrees, and I think that the humidity is probably at least 75%. My face is just like dripping in sweat.
I wished for things in moderation, but after all, it was only a wish. Days of relentless sun were followed by days of cold rain, and the muddy trails after that.
I'm completely soaked from this unexpected rainstorm, but I'm too wet to put on my rain jacket now, so I'm just going to embrace the sun.
And on the days that it poured and poured and poured, the trial of a venture like this could feel defeating.
That's today!
But I knew it took the risk to bask in the reward, and the reward always came.
Well, the sun has decided to come out after 4 days of rain, so it must be a good day to be alive.
And a good day it was.
Okay, I made it to Hot Springs, North Carolina. I just ate a huge lunch and resupplied for way more days than I need.
I've been here before, but it shakes me again. My first reaction is to get...
North Carolina's topography became predictable. Long, steep descents into town, and long, steep ascents out of town. The climb out of Hot Springs was no different, except that my pack was 10 pounds heavier than usual, and the view on the top was epic. I guess they evened each other out.
Freedom in what makes me bleed.
Could it be there is more to life than keeping it easy on my side?
It's raining and I don't want to get up. But I have to get up.
Three weeks on trail and my body knew what to do. Rain or shine, it was go time.
And I'm walking. And now it's a hailing downpour. So I think it's like the 6th day in a row that it's rained.
That streak continued.
Spectacular views today!
And continued. And my tent became my safe haven, even more than it already was.
It's day 25, and it's like 12 p.m. and I'm just getting started. It rained all night, and it's like, I don't know, high 30s, and super, super cold. I have all of my layers on, besides my sleep socks. So I was trying to wait a little bit for the rain to subside so I didn't get all of my layers wet. It's just one of those days. You walk through and you're uncomfortable, but builds the character. I'm hoping that I'll warm up soon enough. My lips and my hands are numb.
As I meandered along the border of North Carolina and Tennessee, the winding footpath began to climb through pastures and fields, giving way to long views of mountainscapes. The miles came faster, alongside a little more motivation and a lot more gratification.
I usually have a hard time getting up in the morning, but this morning I popped right up and I am on my way. I think it's 7 o'clock and it's a good day to be alive because it is a town day! So I'm gonna go in. You better bet I'm gonna eat. You better bet I'm gonna eat.
Every town day was a good day. The pounds of oily food that awaited made it so. But I had begun to approach town differently. Instead of prolonging my stays, I learned that my momentum remained in full when I hiked in early, downed as many calories as possible in a given afternoon, and took to the trail again in the evening. I was still learning to listen to my body, making sure I was taking the time I needed to rest and recover. But 4 hours, in 5 restaurants, eating 6,000 calories, usually did the trick.
I know I surely would. When you're away, there's a hole in my heart. Feels like a deja vu. So come back soon, you are my missing part. I know that you'll be you.
So because I'm doing this northbound thing, I'm only seeing the northbound mile markers, which is really fun, but I got off at a pretty funky mile marker going southbound, so I haven't been calculating any of my mileage really until today and realized that I just hit 1,700. So that's really exciting and feels pretty huge. I have less than 500 miles to go.
With only a month left on trail, I headed into the Rhone Highlands.
No. Pretty Caroline, oh, 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 stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dime.
And then, what seemed to be the impossible happened.
So it's the middle of May in the south, and my tent completely froze last night, and I think it might have been in the low 20s. So riddle me that.
My puzzled face, 5-speed bicycle round the cape.
Look at all of this is frosted. That's crazy. It's the middle of May.
More than May. And I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone, and that's just fine. 'Cause I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone, lost in my mind. Change comes slow, they say, but it's not so far away, so far away.
The days continued to pass with the wind. I acquired a nursing scrub and skirt, which became my new hiking outfit. The grasses somehow remained green, while the water sources became a scarcity. And I got myself into every body of water I could.
Can you hear me, Father John? Have you lost what you believe? What's the matter? What's the meaning when nothing's as it seems?
It's day 30, and it's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm about 35 miles out from Damascus, Virginia. So I'm gonna try to kick it there today, which means this is my last morning in Tennessee, and I'm gonna get my new shoes shipped into Damascus. So this is my last morning with these boots. So it's the morning of lasts.
When it clears, it's another's turn to discover. But you know, they'll have to let go.
There it is. All right, Virginia, let's get it.
Tennessee had become one of my favorite states, and the farewell was bittersweet. But the excitement of my last state kept my feet moving all the way into Damascus. I celebrated by overstuffing myself, as I had grown accustomed to doing, and finally said goodbye to my trusty companions. It was time for Virginia, and the end felt closer than ever.
Can you hear me, Caleb?